of the best teams, I think, at building a team here. No trades and enter my mock drafts yet, so we will see how that goes as well. But I like it. I like the prospects of it. They have a lot of picks too, so we will see how that goes. A lot of football, a little bit of basketball. Shift to baseball here, and we've been doing positions here. So, who are the top 10 designated hitters in all of baseball? Interesting to do this nowadays with designated hitter because how do teams feel about it? There's so many teams now that don't like the DH role. When I was watching baseball coming up, it was basically a lot for veteran hitters. You get a guy like Harold Baines, a Dave Henderson, a Edgar Martinez. Take a guy, maybe he can't play the field for whatever reason, and you give him a bat and he goes ahead and rakes on you. So a lot of managers now like to go ahead and take a guy that's leave that spot open per se. You know, they don't necessarily like to go ahead and have a guy leave the, you know, like the flexibility, like to take like what Brandon Hyde likes to do, like to take Andy like Adley Rutschman and actually use him on a day off, you know, have him DH. But these are guys, I think, the list, they obviously have positions, but they're going to get the bulk of their at-bats at DH. All these guys on this list. Giancarlo Stanton. Yes, he's here. He fell off. I mean, I think it's part of why the Yankees were struggling. Definitely fell off. There's no other way to say that. Can't stay healthy. Definitely, I think play him at DH all the time. I think that's the right thing with him. I will say why he's here, besides the fact there's not a lot. DH is, like I said, he can hit for power. That's what you want as a DH. I want a guy who's going to hit the ball over the fan. He can do that. If he can ever stay healthy, he's definitely going to get you 30 home run. I mean, there's no question about that. But he can ever stay healthy. I think also, too, having Soto there, having some more help in the offense there is going to help him. But I definitely think he's got a ways. Definitely think he's got a ways to go. I think put him at 10. I'm going to be kind and put him there. Here's a guy who made a laser leap last year. Again, most of the bats at DH, Ryan O'Hearn. I think he's going to get most of his DH at bat for the Orioles. He's definitely going to split time with Mountie, but I think more he's going to DH. I would say he's going to have to fight off Colton Cowser. He's going to have to fight off Heston Kjerstad. But I think Brandon Hyde is going to find a way to get bats. This is how he's going to do it. Ryan O'Hearn. I think he was one of the most improved players in the league. He kind of came from nowhere. So good for him, Ryan O'Hearn. Can he repeat that? That's why he's like down here. It was such a big leap. Is he a one-year guy? Can he go ahead and hit like his situational hitting last season was terrific for Ryan O'Hearn. Number 9 for the Orioles. Eloy Jimenez. I'm going to stick by my take that these young hitters for the White Sox are good. Andrew Vaughn, Eloy Jimenez, etc. They're good. I think he wasn't as good. I think this is another case. Maybe not what they were hoping, but definitely 20 home runs, 80 RBIs is the expectation. Having him play DH every day, I think, is a good spot for him if they can get some pitching on a team that probably won't win many games, I think. But I think definitely you're going to get a lot of production out of DH if you use Eloy Jimenez. There's another Chicago, Christopher Morel. Kind of a weird one to be DHing all the time. I think this is probably with Darby Swanson there. This is probably where you have to play him. He's only going to get better. I think eventually he's going to play the field, but I think this is where he's going to get most of his bats at DH. I definitely think a lot of people are sleeping on this guy. He definitely has that 20-80 potential as well. Average is not great. I think it's got to come up a bit. I think that's probably maybe Keaton Rousfield, but he can hit. I definitely think he can hit. Another guy, timely hitting. That's why he's DHing. Guy, he hits in the right spots at times. Timely hitting is sometimes important, kind of underlooked. Jorge Soler got Cubs uniform on, played for the Marlins last year. He's got the Giants this year. JD Martinez kind of turned down his contract and he took it. Tremendous power. tremendous power. You talk about like what I was talking about years gone by with a Dave Henderson, a Dave Parker, uh, Harold Baines, a guy like that. This is this guy taking full advantage. A vet who can still hit for power and is going to give you 30 plus home runs. I don't think he's going to have as good a season as last year. This is why he's 5, but he's still really good. Definitely love to have him in any lineup. Definitely adds punch. Giants could use him. They get him and they get Matt Chapman, so that helps a lot there as well. JD Martinez doesn't have a team. Whoever gets him is going to get a good hitter. I think he turned down, $20 million from the Giants. I'm kind of maybe thinking Boston should really take a look at him, but he's going to hit regardless. This guy can hit. He doesn't need a lot of spring training to go ahead and hit. I think the only reason he left was because Ohtani got there, but he's terrific. As far as a hitter, he's more productive than what he realized. I think like him being a DH, I think he doesn't get the respect that he should get, but he's got tremendous power. So JD Martinez, number 4, still doesn't have a team from what I understand, but whoever gets him is getting a great player. Marcell Ozuna for the Atlanta Braves. Here's another Brave on the list. Big surprise. Ozuna's going to hit for power again as well. Here's another guy. He's with that great outfield that they have. Acuna, Michael Harris, and all those guys. Acuna's got to play somewhere. Perfect for him to go ahead and DH. That's where most of his at-bats are going to come from. Nothing stops him from getting 30 home runs and 90 RBI. I think he'd be at 1 in most scenarios. But he really is a lot. Now, here he's not that good of a guy. I think like this. I've heard a lot of that. I don't know as much about that, but definitely the power bat is there. The average is pretty good. A lot of these guys are power and no average, are not as good at average. This is why they're not playing in the field, not playing more. But decent. I mean, he's pretty good, especially with the lineup he's in. Definitely put him in the 5-6 hole. You're gonna get a lot of production. Talk about production. Who doesn't love Kyle Schwarber, man? You gotta love. Hits 190. How are you second on the list? You hit 190. Oh yes, he hit 47 home runs, 2 straight years. This guy's, hits for power. Hits for power. Hits for power. The old guy, you young guys never heard the name Dave Kingman or Gorman Tom. They were just like this guy. No average. I don't care. Hitting it over the fence every chance they got. Not supposed to swing for the fence. Oh, I'm swinging for the fence. I love it. Kyle Schwarber, number 2 for the Phillies. He's going to play DH most of at bat this year. Might get some left in, but number 1, the best player in all of baseball, Shohei Ohtani. Going to DH for the Dodgers for sure this year. He's going to hit 50 home runs. He's the one I would say I'm very